Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. If you're new here, my name is Kim. I have ADHD. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but we are going to do my April currently inked. So these are my pens that I'm going to be using for the month of April, starting the first week, because I actually have a lot of pens inked up, but I don't use them consistently. So these are the ones I'm going to use more consistently, like throughout the week for note taking and, you know, drawing, things like that. But I have other ones that are inked up, like a bunch of Kawecos and some Jinhaos that I use for actual drawing. So it's nice to have a variation of colors that are not, you know, pens that I'm going to be writing with necessarily every day, but I do have a variety of colors. So these are the stamps from Everyday Explorers drawn by Christine Heron, and they're so cute. So I have my currently inked, and then I just took these. They come with just the stamps themselves, but then you have to get the clear block that goes with it. And I haven't stamped in forever, so we're a little off here, but it's fine. It's fine. We're good. And I wanted to show you guys the other thing that I got this week, which is this, and that is the Dominant Industry ink archiving book, which I have had my eye on for a few months since they first teased it. I did not get this through the Kickstarter. I purchased this through another seller online because I didn't really need all the other inks that went with it. Even though it was really pretty, I was like, you know what, I just kind of really want the book. But it's meant for watching your inks, but then you can also color in it, which is really beautiful. And I don't actually know who did the artwork for these. If you know, put it in the comments, but this is so pretty. It's so gorgeous. Obviously, A Log of Atlantis is going to be all underwater themed. And so it has these cute little spaces for swatching your inks, and then in the back it has all these extra spaces just for swatching inks and pens, and oh my gosh, it's so cute. I thought this was going to be much more expensive than it was. It was only probably $40. I was expecting this to be like more like $80 due to the artwork and the detail and the craftsmanship, because it's a hardcover book, but it is so cute. It's about a little bit smaller than an A5 size, if you can see that. So this is A5. This is just a little bit smaller, but I love it. This is so beautiful, and I'm so excited. I want to show you guys before I start using it, because I'm so stoked to start putting some inks in here and coloring it. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, so now without further ado, let's get into my pens that I'll be using, and I'll just kind of move this way. And these are, let's just keep moving it. These are the pens I'm gonna be using, and this is the Cream Twsbi Eco, the Laban Taroko in Sunset Pink, the Esterbrook Estie in Winter White, the Platinum Kanazawa Maki-e in Cherry Blossom, and the Kaweco Hello Kitty collab for the 50th anniversary, and this one is in pink. I have my Platinum Hachimanjia First Snow Hatsuyuki pen, but this is inked with black, so I don't feel like it really had a place in my currently inked, because it almost exclusively has black in it. So this is what I use normally for my day-to-day writing, or at least I have been recently. So let's get to swatching. Okay, so hopefully this is close enough. And this is the Twsbi Eco, like I mentioned, in cream. This was very popular like a few months ago, and I bought it pretty impulsively. I actually bought two. I gave one to my friend Mallory, Rainy Day Stationery on Instagram, go follow her. And I gave her one. So I bought one, but then it was taking almost 3 weeks, and it was shipped and it was still not coming. So I ordered another one, and I got that one in a few days. So I sent the second one to Mallory, and I put in this Cabernet on the Lake by Ferris Press, which, if you don't know already, I'm an ambassador for Ferris Press. So if you use the code ADH at checkout, then you'll get 10% off, and it helps me out, helps you guys out. So it's a win-win. And this is the ink. So Cabernet on the Lake. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love, and I'm not a big red person actually for being really into pinks. I don't love red inks that much. I cannot do Diamine Oxblood. I'm probably the only person in the world. Freaks me out. It looks too much like blood. So I have to have like more of a magenta-y red for it to be able for me to use, because otherwise it just freaks me out and it looks like blood. So we'll just color this in, because I don't know why I didn't think about this, but I should just actually, because I have the bottles here, I'll just run over it with a brush. There we go. Much prettier. I don't know why I didn't think about this. I have all the bottles next to me. That this would just be easier to do than trying to color them in with the pen. Okay, so we have.
I think about all the years I made up, and I think I'm running out of time. Don't want a day when I say goodbye now.
I we go. We've got our first one done. And I've never done my currently ink like this with the little stamps and everything, but I think it's super cute. So let's go to the next one, which is the Laban Kaweco in Sunset Pink. And I was so blown away. I posted about this on Instagram that I was so sad that I couldn't find it anywhere for sale. And I had reposted someone's picture that she had of this Laban Kaweco. And I was like, man, I really wish, I could find it. And she had messaged me after I posted it. And she was like, do you want mine? She's like, I don't use it that much. I was like, yes. So I immediately bought it from her. She gave me the original box, everything. It was just amazing. So kind of her. So thank you so much, Wendy, who sent me this Laban Kaweco Sunset Pink and sold it to me. It's so beautiful. I've been looking for it on and off for months, and I never find anywhere that it's sold. And this Laban, I have inked with Hanagokuro, and I put in just a drop of Yozakura, which is also by Sailor. So this is Sailor Hanagokuro, and I put in just a drop of Yozakura because this is pretty dark actually, and it was too dark in the pen, and I don't know if the seal isn't great on this because it oxidizes a little bit and makes it a little bit darker than I like. So just to make it a little bit lighter, I added just a hair of Yozakura. But this is beautiful. I got this ink when I was in Seattle and I went to Kinokuniya, and I'd never been there before, but I had so much fun. I met an amazing staff member there who actually used to live kind of close to where I used to live in my state. And then I met someone else who was mulling over his first fountain pen purchase. I was so excited. And his name is Joshua. He's in the Seattle Opera and he's fantastic. If I can, I'll remember to link his information down below because he's an incredible musician and his performances are just out of this world. So he was so kind. He ended up getting a platinum president and he loves it. I'm so happy. I suggested him to get Chaokuro, which if you guys know, that's been, as I bump this, one of my favorite inks lately, which is this. It's the blackest, black ink that apparently is on the market, and I love it. It's darker than Diatramentis. It's darker than platinum carbon ink. It is so good. I suggested he buy it when I was there, and it's a little pricey. It is $60 a bottle, but it is so worth it in my opinion because the color of the black is so incredible. So incredible. It is so deep and rich versus all the other blacks that I have now look like gray leaning. Did tune this nib just a little bit, just a hair, because I had dropped it when I first got it. I had pulled the cap off and it got, I basically dropped it on my desk, nib down on accident. So I had to tune it just a little bit, not a lot, but I just barely tuned it just to make it a little bit more crisp, but it turned out beautiful. I actually don't know what this model is, if this model has a specific name. If you know, please let me know because I don't think it's the Lebon. It's not a 325. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what this model is because I'm not sure. I couldn't find it anywhere. As you see this dry, you'll see the color changing. You can really see it here in the writing that it goes down like a navy color, but it starts to dry into almost this purple color, which I thought was absolutely beautiful with this, all the different colors in it. So the next one that I have is the Estie Winter White that has been all over the internet, released, I want to say 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, but it was released in a regular cartridge converter style and then also with a button piston like my Raven, and they released the Estie Winter White in that same model, but I was like, you know what? I don't know if that's what I want to do with this pen because it's white and I'm not going to have probably one ink consistently inked in it like my Raven, which is going to always be black. I was like, it might be easier just to have a converter. So that's what I picked. And the new Esterbrook Estie, at least this one has a gold band right here versus their old ones, their previous Esties, let's set that there, which have no band. So this is the Esterbrook Estie Candy, and this is the oversized one, so that's why that one's so much bigger. And then this is the Estie Punch, which was limited edition. And they don't have that gold ring on the cap. So interesting. I don't know if that's going to be where they continue to go with the design, but I don't know. I like it. It's beautiful. There was only, I think, one in production before that, and I think it was Coco Plans who had it. Hers is beautiful. So this one I have inked with Adventuring by Ferris Press. And that is a grayish color. Where's the front of this? Oh, there we are. It's a grayish color with rose gold shimmer. It's absolutely gorgeous. I thought that would go very well with this because it's a gray pen. I first had, what did I put in here first? Sailor 252, I think, which is a purplish, dusty purple color. And I was like, I don't love it. So I was like, let's just lean into the gray. So that's what we did, lean into the gray. And this one I got in a fine. My Raven is also in a fine. My Estie Punch is in a journaler's nib, and the Estie Candy is a medium. So I've got a good mix of a lot of them. I want to do a scribe next because I really do love, you know, custom nib grinds. And if you're following me on Instagram, you'll see that I have been doing a lot of nib grinding lately. And I just actually am sending out a nib today to someone who wanted to try to reverse architect. So I can't talk and write at the same time. Sent her out a reverse architect today that I had ground down. So I have so much fun doing that, and it's just been a really fun hobby I've kind of developed over the past year of starting with, you know, just micro mesh sheets, and now with, you know, a Dremel, and actually creating nibs from scratch rather than just tuning them. It's been super fun. See, if you look at this ink, it also goes down kind of like a greenish color, and then it dries to the gray. So my next pen is this Platinum, which I got also at Kinokuniya. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say it, guys. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. But it is the Platinum Kanazawa Maki-e Cherry Blossom pen, and I've been eyeing this for a while online, but Kino had such a great price for it, and I signed up to be like a member or get it like a membership discount. It's amazing, guys. I love this pen. It is a 18 karat gold nib, and I believe that's the same one as that's on my first snow, my 3776. I believe they're both 18 karat. No, it doesn't say. So I just looked and it just says fine on it, which is fine. But I think they're both 18 karat gold nibs. And this one actually feels so much different than my first snow. And I don't know if it's the way that the feed is, because the feed is also different. So the feed is more of a straight channel versus the 3776 or a typical feed that has the fins in it like that. So I don't know. It's just very interesting. And does anyone know why this one was made that way? Does anyone know any more information about it? I haven't done much research, but it's very interesting. I love it. I got this, yeah, when I was there in Seattle, and it's gorgeous. So pretty. So there we go. So it has the little P for platinum, 18 karat, fine. And then it says underneath it 750, whatever that means. If someone can tell me what that means, that would be outstanding. And this one, what did I ink this one with? I inked this with Lady Rose. Sorry, took me a second there. And this is my 85 milliliter bottle of Lady Rose. So this, almost like the nib has a little bit more bounce or flex to it than those stiff 3776 nibs, and it's just different. It's just a different feel. I really like it, but it's different. Please, if you have information about this nib, call the hotline on your PV below. You guys remember Unsolved Mysteries? Like, why did we watch that? Like, we thought that like at 7 years old at 11 p.m. we were gonna solve a 30-year-old cold case. Why was that our thing?
I know you're wrong 'cause you're scared of loving, but baby, right now I'm too. Don't want a day when you say you're done now.
Okay, so final pen that I have here is not the right direction, but it is the Kaweco and Hello Kitty 50th anniversary pen. It is beautiful. It's a Kaweco All Sport in a very light pink, kind of a dusty pink color with a nice satin finish. And this has a fine nib. I believe they only made them in fine nibs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it has Hello Kitty. So cute. And then a fine. I don't know if it says it on there, but it's a fine nib. So this I inked with Waringle Daddy Longlegs, which is hilarious because I entered their giveaway, Waringle's giveaway for one of these inks, and I won it. So I won Daddy Longlegs. However, it was during my 5-day break of not being on Instagram, and I didn't realize that I'd won. And Misha, thank you, Lady Boss Planner, she reached out to me. She's like, hey, congrats on winning the giveaway. I was like, I won a giveaway? So I had no idea that I'd won this until she had told me, which is great because, yeah, I would have totally missed it. But it's beautiful. It's a pink color with gold shimmer. It's just very light. Look at all that shimmer in there. So I didn't suck up as much shimmer as I probably could have, just because I know that this is a fine nib and I didn't want it to just get totally clogged. But beautiful, beautiful ink. I would describe this ink as if Ferris Wheel Press, Fluttering Heart, and Kosumosu by Pilot Iroshizuku had a baby. It's like pink but with gold, and it's like kind of dusty. It's not like a bright pink like Kosumosu, but it really just kind of dulls it like it would dull it down. That's my thought, because I'm always thinking about how to mix inks. I always hate writing at the end of the page, but you guys know that. This is the wearingle. I gotta spell it out like a child. Why did I put that one in quotes and none of the other ones are in quotes? Oops, it's the Wild West over here whenever I'm doing a currently inked, guys. Apparently I'm not even writing on a line now. There we go. That's as close as I can get, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to like not bump my camera and get down there so I can see it. Here are all my currently inked. So we have Cabernet on the Lake by Ferris Press, Sailor Hanagokuro, which I put a little bit too much ink down. That's a little much. It's still drying. Ferris Press Adventuring in my Esterbrook Estie, Ferris Press Lady Rose in my Platinum Kanazawa Maki-e, and Daddy Long Legs by Wearingle in my Hello Kitty Kaweco 50th anniversary. So these are my inks that I'm going to be using. Obviously we have a theme. They're all pink themed because that's just how I roll. So these are what I'm probably going to be using for the most part in April, with the exception of, like I'd mentioned before, the other random colors of like blues and greens and, you know, oranges, like a mandarin color that I use for drawing or like coloring and stuff. So these are my currently inked. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a while since I've been on here, and I'm going to be a little bit better about, I always say this, about being more consistent and uploading, but I'm just glad for all of you that are still here. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.